Anamal Paranormal Live. Go! And we are live on Anamal Paranormal Live. I am your host, Anamal. Welcome to the show. I got two amazing guests that I want to bring on here. First of all, the great Ashley Storm and Richard Lale Lillard. Hey guys, what's up? How's it going?
Hello, fabulous. Good to see you. Hello.
Hey Ashley, what's up?
Nothing much. We were just discussing how hot it is, and you guys will see this progress worse and worse as we go along. I'll get sweatier and sweatier, so it'll be fun. My hair will also start to curl because I'll start sweating out when I've straightened.
Welcome to the wonderful heat. So, yeah, guys, awesome, man. I'm excited to have you on, especially the both of you. I've been watching you guys progress on what you guys are doing, especially Richard Lale was from Ghost Adventures. What is that? What it was?
Yes.
You're a guest on Ghost Adventures, and Ashley Storm, you're profoundly paranormal.
Yeah.
Was that right?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's
No,
hard to
you're
see.
That's it.
But hey, yeah, we're just here to sit back and chill and have a cup of coffee and relax and get to know each other. So, what I really wanted to know is like, what brought you to the paranormal? What made you guys so interested that that's what you chose, instead of all the other things that are out there?
Ashley?
Ashley.
Just a lifelong. I think it's a lot of people have the same exact story, not their experience, but the experience of having interactions as a child or experiences as a child. So that made that curiosity just peak, especially when you got older and realized everything wasn't just black and white. It wasn't what you were told by the adults in your life. You became one and figured out those answers for yourself. So it's really that drive of can we curse on your show?
Oh, it's all for it. Go for it.
What the fuck is going on? Because I mean, it's how it is for everyone, I think.
Yeah.
I've found that to be true for a lot of people.
Oh, wow. How about you, Richard?
Richard Lale, please.
Lale.
So I'm a strange one in many cases because I grew up. My mother is Native American. My father's ancestry, they arrived in the 1600s from France. They were the Huguenots, the French Protestants. But I grew up Pentecostal. So we believed in spiritualism. We believed in these things. And I saw ghosts and I saw spirits and I thought everybody could. Well, I didn't have that drummed out of me that a lot of mainstream Christians would have, where they would say, oh, no, that's imaginary. That's not real. No, that's fake. My parents did tell me, well, there really isn't a Santa Claus, but it's the spirit of Santa. So that's sort of the way that they would see everything is, well, maybe it's not actually a ghost, but maybe there is something there that we can't see. So I would see ghosts. I would conduct seances. I did it. I thought everyone could. I knew things. I thought everybody knew. And then as I progressed in time, about 15 years ago, I've always been clairvoyant. I've always known things. I've always done these sort of mediumships. And I went, well, I do these things. Maybe I'll do it for friends at parties, maybe, just that sort of thing. Well, I did it. And then about 3 years ago, the universe went, oh, you're having fun just moving to Hollywood, being an actor and not making a lot of money, not actually doing. How about you're not doing any of that now? Shakes me upside down like this. And I went, oh, crap. Okay. All right. Well, what do I do now? So I posted on Facebook. I just said, hey, I've got things going on, and with my friends, I would be happy to give you readings. I've always been clairvoyant, and they came through to me and they started coming and they went, you're actually really good at this. This is something, I'm amazed at what you know. And I went, oh, yeah, well, okay. And then I met Patty Negri through a friend, and then Patty invited me on Ghost Adventures, and I guess the rest is history.
That's awesome, man. I just love the history and just how you speak. It's just so genuine. I really
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
Uh, how long have you been? Is it medium? Being a medium, how long have you been doing that with people?
Well, I like I said, I've always been a medium. I have been able to walk into a room and connect with their past, their relatives, the deceased. I could walk in and go, oh, somebody died here. I see this energy. I see this man, or I see this woman. I see this thing. So I've always done it, but my company has only been public for just over a year.
Oh wow,
So, but I've been doing it for since I was a kid, but it's only been public for about a year.
yeah, that's really cool. Ashley,
Yes.
so how's it going with you, my friend? I know you've been very busy doing stuff. Tell us about your podcast that you got going on and the guests that have been on your show.
Well, I just also want to touch on what Richard Layell just said,
Yeah,
because that is one of my favorite things about being in the paranormal now is meeting
yeah,
other. I always say this, I hate the word medium and psychic, because we grew up with the Miss Cleo, calling
yeah,
get your fortune written now. And so when you tell people you're a psychic, you're a medium, it's just hokey to people. I just know what I've experienced, and it was so funny because I've never heard anybody else say it. You thought everybody could do it. I didn't know that
yeah,
it wasn't normal. I didn't know that it wasn't normal to just see dead people or entities and things just walking amongst us. And I grew up in Guam, which our culture is very similar to that of Native Americans, where
wow,
the energy and spirits are one with our island. They flow back into the island. A lot of the energies and spirits that we believe in are the protectors of the island. Our ancestors that have died either in battles and war on the island come through and are the protectors of people who were, I guess, disrespecting the island is the nicest way to put it. So it's very funny that you said that too, because nobody else ever touches on that point that they thought everybody else could do it. Everybody else has always been, I'm afraid to say anything, but until I moved stateside to New Orleans and got around, stateside people, I didn't realize that it wasn't. I'd be like, hey, you guys see that in the middle of recess? And he's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, oh, never mind, guys. I didn't say nothing. And I would channel people, channeling stuff because I didn't know how to control it. I would start channeling it like we were playing around with the Ouija board. I was like 9 years old. I did not know better. I started
wow,
channeling something and apparently was talking as Arlene for like 2 hours, they said. And I had no recollection of being Arlene and stuff like that. So I've always had it. And some of those people that I've had those interactions with are still my best friends to this day because they
wow.
know how fucking weird but spot on I can be. So I like how weird you are. I love it.
Thank you.
I'm a
Well,
jam.
I got into the theater as a kid because I was a weird kid, and a lot of times I find that people who are sensitive to spirits, people who are sensitive to the other worlds, to beyond the veil, they oftentimes will go into the arts and acting.
Mhm.
And I went into acting because I could be someone else. But then I would have the authors come, or I would channel these energies, I would channel these spirits through the stage, and people would go, "Wow, I don't know how you did that because that's exactly what I envisioned. That's exactly what it was." And then I went on to play Freddie Mercury, and I played other
Oh wow,
famous people, and
I
I
need to see
always
that,
get
by
the
the
same
way.
results. So they go,
yeah,
"Wow, I don't know how you can exist, how you can say those things, how you can do those things because this was my friend, and I don't know how you're able to do that." Because again, I was channeling. I separated myself and I called those energies to me that represented other beings, other energies.
yeah.
And I became somebody else. It's actors do it all the time. They just don't know it.
Mhm.
Wow, that's awesome. Really cool.
But my podcast. So
Yeah,
one of the things that I love about my podcast now, I really want to clear this up. since we're doing this right now. So it's come to my attention recently that like I don't know what it is, because people that I thought were very close to me have just been super nasty and rude, and it's insane to me. Uh Everything that I'm about, like if you follow me, if you even heard me speak for like 10 minutes, it's all about giving everybody a platform and a safe place for the paranormal. It's not about unity to me. It's not about that. It's about being that comfort to anybody who's scared. Like you and I were kind of in situations where our culture said it was okay. You know, we weren't so guilt ridden or I guess fear ridden, really, about what we were experiencing and stuff. Now, imagine all of those people that are sitting there like we were before we got into this with all of those questions. And people are so quick to judge. If you haven't been doing this for 10 years, if you haven't been doing it for 20 years, you're wrong no matter what you do. Instead of trying to teach someone, it's all just anger and nastiness. Like we don't talk to each other like adults. We talk to each other like we're in middle school, and it's a bunch of bullying, and I can't do it. So my show is for everybody. I ended up getting booked until March because when I first started, I actively would look for people, you know, because I want to hear their stories. And I love the fact that people understand that it is truly a safe space, to the point where everybody started reaching out to me to be on my show, because
That's beautiful.
It's everybody's viewpoint. It's not just we stay on one way of investigating, one viewpoint. You know, we preach it constantly. I can't even tell you how many different people who practice a bunch of different ways, investigate a bunch of different ways. We have people who are cryptid hunters, who are MUFON members that go alien hunting and stuff. And it's for everybody who likes creepy shit to come and play with me. Like, it's just going to be our little playground where we get into whatever you want. And I mean, that's all I want it to be. It's not about me. And I really wish people would. I've been trying so hard to be nice, y'all. I'm from the 504, so being nice does not come easy to me. I've toned myself down a lot over the years. I've grown up, but I'm about fucking sick of it. Like, just all I'm doing is trying to like give everybody a safe space, and I'm nothing but peace and love. And you keep trying to make my intentions different than what they are. And it's like they want to see me get angry, and I promise you don't want to fucking see that. There's a reason why. There's a reason. So please stop pushing and just let it be. It's for everyone to have fun. Yeah, everyone.
100%. I see what you're saying, Ashley. It's been a crazy world with just like I've been there when I was a kid. I've been judged and picked on. And I completely know where you're coming from and stuff like that. Growing up, people would push you around and bully you, and it's sad because we're not about that. We were taught to love people, and to be there for each other. That's what we were taught as kids, is to be there for people, hang out, have fun, maybe a couple of drinks, who knows,
Just not with strangers. Well, like super strangers. Because everybody's a stranger until, you get to know them. But y'all know what I mean. The ones that have the sketchy trucks or just look like you should run.
I've actually had that happen one time at a graveyard.
You did?
First of all, anytime you start that story that you got offered a drink at a graveyard, no matter who that person was offering it to you, they could have looked not sketchy. You really shouldn't fucking take the drink.
No, it wasn't offered a drink. I was investigating at a graveyard at night, and it was at a sketchy neighborhood area. And make a long story short, me and my friend were just walking around, just seeing if we could see anything. And a group of guys in a pickup truck, a big redneck pickup truck.
Oh God!
And we're like, oh shoot, we have no protection, we have nothing. So, and the funny thing is, like, I have bad feet, tendonitis in both of my feet, so I was hurting that day. And then my friend's hip was hurting, so we're like cobbling around behind tombstones and stuff like that, trying not to trip and stuff like this. So, I know what it means, like just try to run from people like that.
That's funny.
Yeah, but
I'm glad you survived.
Oh yeah, I did get shot, so that was a good thing.
Like with an actual gun or like a BB gun? What are we talking about?
Well, I don't. Well, we, a bunch of drunk guys in a pickup truck, so who knows what they had. But hey, you gotta run and hobble.
I got the best visual from that. I don't even know who your friend was, but I just imagined somebody with a bad hip. So y'all were both just looking raggedy as hell running through that cemetery in my mind.
Yeah. For sure. And it's a very haunted location too, which is really cool. So we got to see some cool stuff happen there. But yeah, but you gotta have funny stories, man. Everybody does. But like what I was gonna say, like both of you guys, like you guys both have good hearts, and what you guys are doing, keep doing it because it's gonna impact a lot of people's lives. You know what I mean? It's gonna go really far, and big things. I really see big things are gonna happen for both of you.
Thank
Even
you.
I see the same for you. So
there's so many negative things out there. So many negative people that bring people down, and it's tiring. It gets annoying. That's why we have to stick together as a family and just be there for each other.
Well, and the thing is, I get a bad rap sometimes because I am a Satanist, but I'm all kinds of things. I can work with Buddhists and the Hindus and the Muslims and the Christians. I get along with everybody's path. The only thing is that because people go, oh, you're an evil Satanist. Oh, what is that? I don't know. What is this? So that I get a little bit of the blunt force, but really there is so much out there for every path to have its way. There's so many things. We're not in competition. If how one does it is not the exact way that everyone should do it. It's just what is best for the individual. And like you, Ashley, in my space, in the Gentleman Psychic, people come here and they feel relaxed, whether it be video or not. People come and they feel relaxed and they feel welcome. And I can work with atheists and Christians and Buddhists and Muslims. And I can work with you wherever you are in your faith. And then here I am with myself painted as the devil right over there.
Oh my God. Okay, so I love you. We're gonna be best friends. So don't you worry about that.
I love you too.
Because this is one of the biggest things that I always touch on. And I'm sorry, Josh, but I'm stealing him now. He's gonna be on my show at some point. Because I fucking love this dude. So one of my biggest things is that, especially in the paranormal, people are so gung-ho about doing it one way, like we said. Now, you can go into a house, like especially when a lot of what we do is residential. Most of what we do is residential. When you go into a house, if that person doesn't believe in Christianity, if they don't believe in a certain religion, you doing those religious rites and stuff over the house and them is not going to work, because it's what pertains to the highest level in that person's heart. Now, what we do, and I'm trying to find it right now because it's freaking awesome, is we incorporate every single type of religion into what we've done. So theology in general, because learning about it as a whole, it's insane when you study every single different religion, and you notice how when it comes down to the bare minimum, the outline of it, it's all the exact same message basically. And it's just geological and cultural influences that make it a little bit different. It has a little bit of a different spin, but all in all, we should just be one and human and kind with one another.
I'm still listening. Pardon my intrusion. I just have to see what's going on. I'll be right back. Keep talking. Forgive me.
It's your devil painting. It's going crazy. Come alive. So I love that. And Satanists are some of the best people I've ever met in my life. Yeah. Like the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
Agree.
Insane.
Well, it's funny. I used to live in Australia for a year, and I met all different religions. Scientology, Buddhist, Satanism, all kind of people that believed in all different kind of religions, and it was just really cool to learn about what they believe in. I wasn't, we're not here to judge or anything. We're here to love on people, like I said, and it was just really cool. Hey, It was just really cool to get to learn those other religions, and learning something new. There's nothing wrong with that.
Never. And
No.
the second you say, "Well, I know everything," because you're not having it from somebody else, I mean, you just absolutely stop any type of growth and potential that you can have.
Absolutely.
There's no way anybody will know everything when it comes to paranormal, and I don't care what it is, anything. There's always room to learn.
Always. In fact, that's one of my favorite things is when when the teacher becomes the student. I think
Yes.
that's so lovely. It's a Buddhist
Yeah.
practice.
Yes. I absolutely just like, it's like not a high, but it's exhilarating for me when I'm having a conversation with someone, because I'm not saying I know everything, because I really don't, but my mind is stuffed full of the weirdest shit. Like I could tell you the most random facts. Like if somebody ever randomly came up to me on the street and did one of those random game shows and asked me an off the wall fact, was like, "You'll win $1 million," because I don't think anybody ever get it, I'd fucking win. So
I mean, I think I could be that way too, with the exception of if they're going to be asking me about pop culture, I'll go, pop culture for the 19th century?
yeah, modern day, no. Like, I don't know what a Cardi B is.
I think it's a cardigan, isn't it? I think it's a cardigan.
I would assume so. I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but that's our logo, and it's all the different religions that we incorporate into, and it's not just religions, it's different rites, like ancient
Beautiful.
That is.
Germanic rite. It's all, and it's Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower in the middle.
Oh, I love Nikola Tesla. I met him once.
Oh wow.
In a past life.
So the funny thing is, I have in my seances, I have contacted major. I mean, Jack Parsons came through several times. Jack Parsons is a trickster and he's funny, and he gave me he raked me over the coals for something. But Jack is funny. But oftentimes, what I find is that I encounter people in my dream world, and long story short, I found myself in a small town outside of a theater. And I went inside. It was filled full of artwork. Ended up by meeting Johannes Gutenberg, the inventor of the printing press. And I said, "You could make money with this." And he goes, "I don't care about money." We go back through the alleyway, and he says, "That over there, that's Nikola Tesla. He's cuckoo. He married a pigeon." And then he says, "Oh, and that one over there, that's Marie Curie. She's a bitch." And I went, "What? Why did you say that about Marie Curie? She's a genius." And he goes, "Well, she's not a bitch. It's just that she didn't know how much that my invention helped her, because without the printing press, she would be nothing." And I went, "Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay." So I end up in a grocery store, and the clerk turns around, frizzy white hair. The clerk turns around, and it's Albert Einstein, and he says, "On the subatomic level, you can actually compare apples to the oranges." And then that evening, I went to Griffith Observatory here in LA, and in the gift shop there was a Nikola Tesla doll next to a Marie Curie doll next to an Albert Einstein doll, but there was not a Johannes Gutenberg. And so it was really just the one that really had impressed me was Johannes saying, "Hey, these people are great, but what about me? What about me? I did this. They wouldn't learn without me." So yeah, Nikola was great. He was a strange one, but I liked him.
What about Freddie Mercury?
Oh, Freddie Mercury's come to me many, many times. Many times, but one that really affected me most was I was doing Freddie Mercury. And in this dream, I was ascending this mountain, and it was cold, and it was sort of a scene right out of Dracula, like where he's going up to the mountain. It was very cold. And I open the door, I go inside of this palace, and it is the foyer in my childhood home. But it goes on, and it extends longer than it really possibly could have. And this very gaunt, very thin man, oh, I should add, it was right after I had intercourse my first time, and I was not safe, so we'll talk about that later on. But so I walk into this foyer, And this very gaunt, thin man shows up. He's got a little bit of a beard, and he's very pale and very thin. He's wearing a blue shirt with this embroidered waistcoat with cats on it. He's got cats all over this waistcoat. And the next thing I know, I feel like he embraces me, and then I feel like I'm being ravaged. I feel like I can't breathe. And I say to him, "Why are you doing this to me?" And his eyes turn red, and he pulls himself off like this, and he says, "If you're not careful, it'll get you." And then in the dream, I wake up and I go to my mother and I say, "Mother, I just had a bad dream." And she says, "Well, get in bed next to me." She rolls over and then her eyes turn red and she says, "I told you it was going to happen. I told you it was going to get you." And then this whole thing, it turned red. The whole wall, everything turned red. So that was Freddie. He wasn't trying to scare me necessarily, but he was saying, don't be stupid. Go have sex if you want to, but don't be stupid about it. Don't suffer what I did. Don't be stupid.
Yeah.
So it was scary, but it was his way of trying to get to me. But there were other times. There were more pleasant times that he came to me too.
Oh, wow. That's pretty crazy. So let me ask you guys a question. This show is probably going to end a little short because I have an investigation to go to. But before we head out, what is the most creepiest investigation that you guys have been on? And has it ever gotten to the point where it made you want to quit the paranormal?
Well, Ashley, you go ahead because I have a funny story, but you go ahead.
I would never quit because my mama didn't raise no bitch. But I'm just kidding. I mean, she really did it. But no, I would never quit. And see, I think this is also where it can be a negative and a positive. I don't get scared. Like if a clown popped out somewhere we were on an investigation, first of all, I'd be in jail for murder because I'm like, I know it's real, and just that's a whole different story. But like stuff can happen. I know when to leave. I know my limits. I know my body. I know myself. I know when to get out. But I do not get scared, and I think that's one of the things that might be detrimental to me maybe one day, because when I get eaten by like a great white shark or some shit. But that's that. But paranormal wise, I don't think I've encountered pretty nasty stuff, especially in home investigations and things like that. But I mean, I've never encountered something creepy enough that I
I'm with you on that.
Maybe.
Ashley, I don't get scared either. I things don't affect me. I've seen energies. I've seen things that would scare most people, and I go, okay, that's fine. But my story that made me nope right out of that room was at the Washoe Club in Virginia City. Mm-hmm. And now I don't know if you're familiar with the Washoe Club, but it was a brothel, and it was a gambling hall. It was a saloon. It was where all of the high dollar people would go. So I'm walking around in the dark with Patty Negri and a few others. We're just walking around in the dark, and we're mostly just there just to have fun. And I walk into the back in this room, and I see this woman in Victorian garb, and I see her. I know that she's a spirit. I see her. And I walk in, hello, good to see you. And I look down, and in the dark, I see boots that rise into legs. And I go, oh, no. There's no life in that one. Oh, no. That is not, oh, that's scary. No. And I go running out, and I go, wait a minute. Okay, wait. So I come back, and I turn on the light on my phone, and it's a damned mannequin looking like Willie Nelson. I had to laugh because the spirit, I saw her. She was standing right there. She had a beautiful bustle, and she had her hair up. She was beautiful. And I wonder if on the other side, if she was going, yeah, watch this. Wait till he sees this mannequin sitting in the dark. Watch this. That one was pretty much my scariest.
Now, if a doll or anything not a doll, really,
Oh, dolls.
but
Yeah, I don't do
mannequins.
dolls.
If mannequins ever started moving on an investigation, again, I would not run, but my instinct when I get scared, the very few times I've ever gotten scared is to react physically violent because it's a like fight or flight, and I'm gonna fight the fuck out of you. And I bumped into one at the Bonnie and Clyde Ambush Museum because they're everywhere.
Oh,
They're
I've been
they're
everywhere.
there too.
And so
Oh yeah.
I would, try and do something in one of the corners where there's 2 set up right here and another 3 right there. But when I'm in the dark by myself and my IR's shit and I can only see like 2 feet in front of me, I've ran into him multiple times and punched him. I'm sorry, Mr. Perry, I know he sometimes listens. I've never admitted that, but I do. I've thrown punches at those mannequins before. I'd never caused damage. I'd pay for it if I did, but there's gonna be one day they're gonna catch me super off guard, and I'm gonna have to replace a mannequin.
Mannequins be scary. I love haunted dolls, but mannequins are scary.
That's a human sized doll. No, fuck that.
Now, if there was a clown there and that was different, man, with claws and stuff like that and raging teeth, I'd be leaving you guys there. So I'd be the first one out of that door.
I still won't walk past, the drainage ditches or like the sewer drains on the side of the road. I'm 30 years old now. I still will not walk past those because on the off chance that some celestial being, or not even celestial, but like outer space being, because that's what it is, decides to come into the world because they're real. Let me tell you, like they are some like type of it motherfucker just waiting out there to come. No.
You want a balloon, Richie?
No. I'm not gonna float down.
Do you remember from Clowns from Outer Space?
Clowns from Outer Space.
I would not watch another clown movie ever after I watched it. I watched it when I was like 5 years old, and I'm scarred for life. I still won't stay in the bathroom for too long. And if I hear those pipes rustling, fuck that. Because if blood starts spouting out, we're moving.
I love clowns. I really do. I think they're so beautiful. I love clowns.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they scare me.
You're weird. I love you, but you're weird.
I am pretty darned weird.
Yeah.
I am pretty darned weird.
But you're like clowns.
So before we go, do you guys have any events going on? Like Richard Lale, do you have anything going on right now?
I do have a few things. I am teaching workshops with Nick at Haunted Diary, Nick_Haunted Diary on Instagram. You can find him that way. You can find me through The Gentleman Psychic on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Richard Lale Lillard, if not. So I have a lot of things. I've got some things in the works that I can't yet talk about, but some bigger things. So
that's awesome.
Good things.
Awesome. Can't wait for it, man. It's gonna be good stuff. What about you, Ashley?
So I have the rest of my podcast coming up. Sorry, I was trying to share it again before we went. So I had the rest of my Spooktober thing coming up on my podcast. It's every Monday at 7 CST, so it's Central Standard Time for you northern folks. And then I have Keith Bailey, Helena and Alex from the American Ghost Hunter Show coming on, Madison Smith from Madison Paranormal Investigations. I have Brian Baum from Bearded Paranormal coming on, and then they're all going to be coming to share all of their favorite captures. So we do like a live walkthrough every Monday, and everybody shows their favorite captures. And we go through and they tell the story of what happened when they were capturing and stuff. So just keeping all of October spooky since, we're kind of jammed inside because of COVID. So making it a little bit more fun for everyone. Halloween all month long. And then we have a few events coming up at the Broken Bow Asylum. We've opened it up for ghost tours. You can do private ghost tours. And you can also do the haunted house. It's actually a haunted house that's haunted. So it's the fucking best. You can go on our Broken Bow Asylum site on Facebook. I'll add it into the chats later. So you can just click on that and follow, get all the event information for that. We have our documentary shoot coming up in Ballinger in November at the Old Park Hotel. And then we have the Bonnie and Clyde Ambush Museum on the 30th with Spooky Babes with Stormy and David and all those guys. But I'm just going to see my favorite spirits ever. I know that Eileen and Brad have the McNutt House, and then David and those guys have the McNutt House in late November, mid-November. And Daryl has another one coming up. Just so much stuff. Just look online, follow everybody's stuff because there's so much crap going on. And if you follow Profoundly Paranormal and Paranormal Bully Busters is the one big thing that I want everybody to go and give me your information for. So Paranormal Bully Busters, we share any resources you could think of, we have it. I have audio and video files, so anybody who does a show or anything that's not video, you can use the audio file. And it's resources for any type of crisis management and specifically for bullying. So we partner with the Stomp Out Bullying campaign and we do fundraisers and donations and stuff so they can sit there and keep spreading the resources through schools for the Stomp Out Bullying campaign for anti-bullying. If you want your team to be a part of it, this is for documentaries, shows, putting it on your pages, just where people can get this. It's 24-hour lines, so people can get help no matter what situation they're in and no matter what time of day it is. So if you guys want to be a part of it, message me your email address and I will get those files sent to you and get it going from there.
Awesome. That's really cool. Well, hey guys, this concludes our broadcast. Ashley Storm, Richard Lale, I love you guys.
Love
you guys are awesome. Hopefully we can all investigate sometime soon.
Yeah.
But
I would love that.
Before I leave, Nick Groff.
Just so you know, Texas is the meeting middle point, gents. So my ass ain't going anywhere. Y'all could come here. It takes me like 12 hours to get out of Texas. So y'all could come. I'll get you some barbecue.
Oh, I love some barbecue, man. That'd be awesome. Hey, I'm a hunter, so we'll get a hog sometime and roast it, man. We'll just eat it. We'll just have a big roast. But hey,
need your hellfire to roast it, Richard Lale.
Well, I love you guys again. Hopefully we get to hang out and do this soon. But you guys have a good day. And
thank you so much.
Thank
not
you.
a problem. Anytime. Peace.
Take care.